Hello witches, it's Dragabella. So, I have gotten my hair colored. What do you think? Do I look more blonde? At least definitely on the roots. My roots are no longer brown. Okay, I was going to continue talking about, you know, how Salem witch hunts and all of that happened, and the fact that if anything like that were to happen again, I am kind of like right in the midst of it. Either way it goes, I am on both ends of the spectrum. The church that I go to is one of those fundamental independent Christian churches, the type that believe not in religion but in following Christ. So technically we wouldn't necessarily even really need a church building. Some people who are a little bit more extreme as far as that goes have this thing called the house movement. Those people strongly believe in not attending a church, but basically just following the ways of Christ. Some people that I speak to think that Christ was actually a witch. I don't know where I fall on that. I think I understand how people could say that. I think he had definitely a lot of the same beliefs that we have. He did a lot of the same things that we do. But he didn't give himself a definition. In fact, it was actually only a couple times in the Bible where you can even find him saying that he is the Christ. So, you know, definitions are not always needed. You don't always need to put a name to things, I think. But if there were going to be like a witch hunt, I would be in the midst of it. I could easily be martyred as a Christian, but I could also be martyred as a witch, because I'm both. And I find it kind of funny that I go to both of the extremes. No matter what I put my toes into, whatever my involvement is, it's always on the outskirts. It's always something to the extreme. I guess that's just kind of who I am. But I believe in following what's right and what's good. So if it happens to be in the extreme, then so be it. I've been that way since I was a little kid. I've always just wanted to know that I'm doing what's right. And sometimes I've gotten in trouble for that. I don't know if I've ever told this story, but when I was in kindergarten, the janitor was going to squash a beetle. I actually think it was a firefly. I don't know if you guys have ever seen a firefly in the light of day, but they're usually like a black beetle with a red head, and the red head is usually what glows at night, and it turns that green little glowy color. Well, the janitor was about to kill him, and I said, "No! Don't you kill that beetle. I'll call the MSPCA on you," which is the Massachusetts Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. I apparently knew this back in kindergarten, and I threatened to call on him, and he said, "What a little brat." And I blew the bug, whew, and he got away, and he flew away, and I said, "Fly away, bug, fly away." And the bug was saved, but I was in trouble, and I believe my parents were actually called in and all that, and you know, and I was labeled as this really weird kid who had a problem with authority, and I think they actually wanted to keep me back in kindergarten. But from then on, my parents took me out of the public school and put me in a private school so that I didn't have to stay back. which was good. But yeah, so I had a thing for protecting animals from a very early age. But yeah, so I was wondering about all that stuff with the neck, and if it be the case that maybe I've always been one of those people who gravitates to the extremities, and if that's the case, sure, I probably was involved in Salem witch trials and got hung, because I would totally stand up for what I believe in, even if it meant death. I'm not the type of person who would back down. I would stand up for whatever it is I believe, whether it be Christ, whether it be witchcraft. I think they go hand in hand, personally. I believe that Christ came to do away with the law, all of the laws of conformity. The Jews had to do all of these specific things. They had to separate their plates, one plate for this type of meat, one plate for not meat, even milk stuff couldn't touch. All those things were very specific. You had to do it at just this perfect little way. They had to sacrifice for all their sins, all their missteps, and so forth. But when Jesus came, he came to be the perfect sacrifice, the perfect lamb, to do away with all that stuff. They didn't need to eat all these special things anymore, because he had come, he had risen, and he had done away with all of it. So I think that's really awesome, really cool, really special, and I think it's worth believing. So it is getting close to Halloween, and I have a little bit of money stashed away now, because my wonderful, beautiful, lovely hairdresser knows that my husband doesn't get paid very often, and she actually gave me back the money that I gave her for my hair. So that is awesome, because the last time that she did that, it paid for our food for about 2 weeks. So whenever she does nice, kind things like that, it usually is a huge blessing, and I always make sure I use that money for something really special, like to do something fun with the kids, or to buy really great food, or something like that. So I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to put it aside, probably for Halloween-y type stuff, maybe to buy our pumpkins. I've been looking in some magazines, like the one I bought was called Living, and it's like you can flip it over, and you read it upside down backwards the other way. But they had some really great pumpkin decorating ideas. I wish I was more talented than I am, because I'm not exactly the artsiest person. My 16-year-old daughter is very artsy. She is amazing. She self-taught herself sketching and drawing and all of that, and she can literally like take a person or a photograph and make it look so real when she draws. I mean, you would think it's an actual photograph, but she just does it with her pencil and paper and her own hand. Nowadays, people are getting into the type of art that is done with computers. I don't know a lot about it, but my best friend's daughter, Ginger, she does that. And I've seen she slows it down. Oh no, she speeds it up so you can watch the progression of her art. You can watch it in fast motion, but it takes her hours and hours and hours to do one portrait. But it's pretty cool. So the weather is changing. It's time to collect pretty beautiful leaves to do our witchy stuff with. I've been recently doing a lot of stuff with eggshells, and with red bricks. Somebody not too long ago, I think it was Sunshine Morning Ray, did a video about magic using red brick dust. And I know that the old-fashioned bricks are really cool, and they don't make them that way anymore. So I went back to my old house, and I got 4 or 5 of those bricks, because not only are they the old-fashioned pink bricks, but they're from my old house, which I believe will add that much more energy, because it's from my house and my happy memories and all of that kind of stuff. So for protection, it'll add that extra element to it. I'd like to also go back and get a bunch of dirt while I still have the chance. Oh my goodness, look you guys. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Hopefully you did. There's like a big Halloween thing where there's these like witches on bicycles blowing in the wind. And I've seen pumpkin snowmen, like pumpkins stacked on each other where the top pumpkin is the head. It's pretty cool. They're coming up with a lot of cool Halloween decorations. That one was pretty cool. And then they have these little bikes that the wind blows the wheels, and they have like witches and ghosts and goblins riding the bicycles. That's pretty cool. So I'm getting all excited about Halloween. I hope you guys are too. I just wish I was a millionaire so I could buy everything that I want to do the decorating. Oh, it's so sad that I can't. But it's also awesome to go out and collect acorns and pine cones and leaves and things like that. I have quite a collection, and those are awesome for making things and making decorations. So I'm almost home now. I hope you guys are having a great day. Oh, here comes another farm stand with lots of mums and pumpkins. Oh, I love it. I like those white colored pumpkins. They're like a cream, not white, but they're really beautiful, I think. If I was like a Martha Stewart type person, the things I could do. Alright guys, blessed be. Bye.